Welcome to another episode of Daily Musings from Sacred Ground. Today I'd like to speak a little bit about narrative, and specifically the stories that we dwell within. The stories that in some ways shape us. And some of those stories or narratives are external to us, right? The time or place in which you were born. For me, being of this age, 9/11. I was in Columbus, Ohio, but that 9/11 story becomes part of the narrative that plays a role in shaping me and my life. My parents, if we want to think of some of the negative ones, we can think of things like the bombing of Pearl Harbor or the assassination of President Kennedy, the Great Depression, World War II. And of course, there's positive narratives too that run through their lives, that run through my life, that run through your life. Then there are the narratives that we have some control, some power, some agency over. The narratives that involve choices we make. We may wince at some of the choices we have made, but sitting here today, we have choices in our thinking, in our actions, that lead to the unfolding of new narrative. If you're in a rough place, a down place, you might want to look at what are the narratives that are playing out right here, right now in our country. Oh my goodness, there's so much wrong. We recently had the deadly riots at the Capitol building. We have the racial tensions. We have the abyss, the multiple abysses that exist between people. We have climate change. There's so many narratives there that are challenging and that we need to deal with and confront. But we also have maybe smaller narratives, but important narratives that are playing out in our daily lives in terms of our roles as friends, as family members, as individuals with agency over who they are and where they're heading. So I want to just invite us into thinking about the stories. You know, we need to know what's going on with the news and everything else, but so often those stories then they have such strong currents to them that we just get pulled along by that story and we lose other stories of import to us, stories of value. And so we have to exercise our agency. We have to find our power to make a choice in our thinking, in our actions, in our words that bring about stories that we want to manifest. Maybe you want to be outside more with your pet. So you go, this week you say, hey, 3 times I'm going to take the dog out for a walk. That starts to become, or can become, new habit energy, and it can become a new narrative. Maybe, hey, I want to spend a few bucks and get a banjo. I want to learn to play the banjo. Right? That becomes part of one's story. There are many stories impacting us right now. A lot of them are stressful and challenging and difficult. Many of them are important as well. But we also need to create the space to exercise our agency, to exercise our own power, to manifest the narratives, the stories that we want to exist in our lives. I'm Michael Malley, and you've been listening to Daily Musings from Sacred Ground.